Hey everyone, welcome back. So, here on this channel, we talk about the art of saving money on food. And today we are diving into a great topic. It is seasonal shopping. So, let's learn some tips and tricks on how to savor each season without making our wallet suffer. So what exactly do we care about seasonal shopping? Well, it goes beyond the tasty, fun, exciting meals, okay? It's really like having a secret plan to get the yummy fruits and vegetables without overspending, okay? And when we match our shopping list with the seasons and we get to have the best tasting stuff and it doesn't hurt our wallets, then our meal planning can actually be fun and exciting too. So, let's get into some tips and tricks here. Now, the first thing we need to know is which fruits and vegetables are in which season. And depending on where you are in the US, this can fluctuate a little bit, but every season has its own special treats. And think of things like strawberries in the summer and hardy squashes in the winter. And you can check out a bunch of different guides for this, and I'll link one below. Or you can just talk to the people local to you because a lot more people are growing their own fruits and vegetables. So if you know somebody who has a garden, ask them. Say, hey, when can I expect this? Not necessarily from them, but maybe they'd be super nice and share. But to give you an idea, things like watermelon are usually seen between August and October. Apples are July to October. So you see a lot of apples on sale right now. Peppers also, they go from July to October. Blueberries go from July to August. Corn is usually July to September. And those strawberries are usually about May to June. This can fluctuate a little bit, but this is a general idea for you. So once we figure out which fruits and vegetables are in season, how do we use them? Well, hopefully, when we talked about menu planning and how we kind of break out our different meals for each day of the week, this is where you can fill in those gaps of what you're missing for fruits and vegetables by using seasonal produce because in theory they're going to be the cheapest options. Now, not every single piece of produce has like a traditional season. You would think of things like bananas. They're available all year round and they're typically about the same price. Another one is your basic lettuce, like iceberg and romaine is usually about the same price all the time. And so is things like potatoes. Now, we have had a rough potato season for the last couple of years, so those prices have fluctuated, but you'll kind of get it used to seeing what's on sale and what's not. And then when we supplement into our meal plan these fresh fruits and vegetables, we can save money, we can taste the flavors that are available, and then we can do more with it too. Now, just like we stock up on meats and like pantry items for later on, you can do the same thing with fresh fruits and vegetables. Okay. Now, by freezing and preserving them, we can keep that delicious taste and flavor of seasonal fruits and vegetables all year round instead of just in their season. So, let's get some specific tricks and tips of how to keep these seasonal favorites available all year round. And it's so much easier than you think. Now, I know a lot of people are really into like canning and stuff, but that's just not me. I am a freezer girl. I have a regular freezer and then a deep freezer, and they're full all the time. And this is how I do it. So, if there's certain fruits and vegetables that you absolutely love, consider buying extra when they're super cheap and freeze them for later. Okay. And there's so many things that you can freeze. Um, Most of them can even be frozen in their raw state. Like I freeze bell peppers, especially like the different colored ones. Berries, we use them in desserts and smoothies. And then now some of them do need to be blanched first. And the first one that comes to mind is broccoli. You can buy fresh broccoli and basically you heat up boiling water, you dunk them in, and you'll notice it's really cool because they're kind of a soft green. And then once you boil them for a couple minutes, they turn neon bright green and then you throw them in some ice water and it stays that color. But here's the trick. So whether you're going to freeze them in their raw state or blanched state, take out a cookie sheet and lay all your items out, kind of pat them dry if you blanch them, and then throw them in the freezer on that sheet pan for an hour or two until they're mostly hard. And then take them off the pan, put them in a Ziploc freezer bag or a vacuum sealer, and then put them in the freezer. But don't forget to label and put the date on them so that way you know which ones are the oldest. This is so easy, and honestly, it takes very little time. And you can do this not just for seasonal items, but for maybe you bought something and you didn't get to use it this week. Don't throw it in the trash before it gets too gone. Freeze it and use it for later. Now, I'm sure you've heard about going to farmers market and getting these great deals. And I will say that there are some farmers markets that are more local, and check with like your county, because a lot of times they'll have a special area and it's all like it's literally local county farmers there. But there are farmers markets that are actually more of like a tourist attraction versus like an actual market. We have one where I live, and it's actually way more expensive to buy fruits and vegetables there because they don't grow them there. So if you go somewhere and they're offering produce that obviously wasn't grown there, their prices will probably be a little bit higher. But if you're going to a true farmers markets where it's individual farmers there, a lot of times you can get a good deal because they have such a bumper crop and they are selling it cheaper. So if you don't know where your local markets are, just Google farmers market near me and it'll give you a long list. And I bet you'll be surprised. There's actually a lot of them in most places. Doesn't matter if you're in the city or the suburbs or the rural areas, they're really popping up all over the place. Now, smart shoppers are really like shopping ninjas. And the reason is that is because they know when to buy stuff because they understand when items go on sale and when their seasons are. So if you can learn that skill, you right there can save a ton of money because you're going to pay attention to the special deals at your store and you're going to match them up to the season that they're in and you're going to put them in your meal plan. Like right now, primarily I just buy produce every week because I'm pretty well stocked on meat and dry goods. So when I'm focusing on what is in season, I can literally save a ton each week. And the best way to find out what's on sale is pull up your sales flyer and look in the produce section. Now, when there are certain gaps, like there'll be a few weeks in a row right now where the items that are on sale, like right now at the end of October, is going to be things like apples and pumpkins and squash. But we've already eaten a ton of apples for the last couple weeks, and my kids are kind of over that, and that's okay. So we're going to supplement with some frozen vegetables or even some canned fruit. Totally fine. So you don't have to go one way or the other. I can never buy produce again because it's so expensive. You just have to really keep an eye out. Also, keep an eye out for the markdown section in your produce section. It's usually small, or sometimes they just have stickers on different items. And we love to go in there and get salad kits when they're super cheap. We buy a lot of mushrooms when they're super cheap. We even buy like the not perfect bananas because my kids love banana bread and banana muffins. So there's lots of deals to be had, but you've got to keep an eye out and really pay attention. So I want to thank you for joining us in our journey this week. And if any of these tips have really kind of helped you up your shopping game, give me a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and also share with me some of your cool seasonal shopping stories. Tell me what you're buying right now, and we'll see you in a few days. Have a good week. Bye.